Imagine a world where Superman has no mercy, no limits, and a whole army of killers just like him. Yes, we are talking about the boys. it's, it's a joke, guys. Today we're breaking down the arrival of the ultimate creator, Thor, the Grand Regent of the Viltrumites. If you thought Omni-Man was scary, you haven't seen anything yet. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And today we are diving into episode 7 of Invincible. And honestly, it's just non-stop chaos and the madness that leaves you craving more. This episode finally set the record straight by introducing Todd as a true endgame villain. For a while, I actually thought his design didn't look that threatening. I even felt that Tedious looked more imposing. But man, was I wrong, guys? Tar is basically the apocalypse in human form. He is the Superman amongst gods, an unstoppable force whose word is absolutely law. And if you don't follow it, his feast will make you sure you do. Alright, guys, the most incredible part of this episode is seeing his origin through a flashback involving the previous ruler, the Regent Argal. We see a John Tedious having a massive ideological clash with the Empire. Tedious has experienced mercy in a distant universe and realized that the true power should be used to help and not just to conquer, it's obvious. This shift in perspective completely broke the status quo, leading to a brutal betrayal that changed their story forever. Once Star takes over as a regent, we immediately see his cold-blood brutality. His very first act is essentially a Mortal Kombat. A Mortal Kombat style purge within his own race. Without warning, Viltrumite start slaughtering each other just to weed out the weak. And nobody dares to question him, even though this isn't the event that reduced their population to its lowest point. But this act is perfectly shown toward reach. He doesn't tolerate mistake. He doesn't allow weakness. And he has turned an entire civilization into a weapon of pure destruction. You had to be strong. You had to be the best. And above all, you must be loyal to the Empire. Our philosophy is simple. Root out any seed of rebellion before it even begins. He's not just a leader, he's an architect of absolute order through fear. On the other hand, guys, we had the collision and they think they're ready for the big strike. But they couldn't be more wrong, guys. When finally arrived at the planet, they walked straight into an ambush. Thor had already predicted every move. A world that basically a graveyard, with Thor standing there in an imposing pose, completely calm. He doesn't even lift a finger at first. He's effortlessly dodging attacks that would have shredded any other Viltrumite. But when he finally decides to get involved, we see his true terrifying power. With a single punch, he sent Nolan flying, literally as a stratospheric hit that sent him across the planets. Once they land, Thad actually tries to reason with him. He tells Nolan to come back to the fold, to be loyal to his people. It's unclear to me, at least, if he's offering a second chance or are just identifying execution. But Nolan's answer is clear. The Viltrumite race has become a cancer to the universe, and it needs to be stopped. This leads to the most controversial moment of the episode. Nolan's decision to destroy the planet Viltrum. It's seen a lot of comments saying Nolan went too far or, it was unnecessary. But from my point of view, it was a tactical necessity. So guys, you have to understand the Viltrumite psyche. They are conquerors who believe they had no weaknesses, except for maybe a stronger Viltrumite. By destroying their own world, Nolan destroyed their morale. When those high-ranking soldiers see their planet crumble, they realize they're immortal. Without a home to go back to, they finally feel vulnerable. They realize they can't be erased from the history just like the civilization they destroyed. That's when Thor completely lost it. And the way he ends the fight is like something out of a gangster movie. Just cold, fast, and brutal. Game over. It happened so fast, you haven't seen it coming. Boom! Thor take down a gut tired opponent in a second. And you're left there thinking, what the actually hell just happened? And at one moment we're looking, this incredible leader, tedious, strongest, brutal, excellent, alright. But at the next second, he is completely erased from this fight. Was as absolutely madness in all the sense. Oh my god, guys, what's incredible. After that display of raw power, Thor turned his fury toward Nolan and Mark. He had already dealt with Oliver. It's hard to keep track of all these characters. But yeah, Oliver was basically discarded like a trash. Thor leaves Nolan and Mark stranded, neutralized, and just when you think he's going to finish them, he has this moment of reflection. He decides to pull back, realizing that killing the few remaining Viltrumite made no sense for the future of their race. It's a total crushing defeat for the coalition of planets. They were completely outclassed. They even lost their leader. It's just another level of power and mustache guy. This episode was designed to show us exactly who the final boss is. I admit that, the character design or the animation that a lot of people is hated it, make me think that, this is another Viltrumite with a mustache, almost like an NPC, and I was wrong. Because this was the moment that proved Thor is the one who puts the entire universe in check. And when Mark finally wakes up, he reached a chilling conclusion. The Viltrumite have retreated to Earth. The theory is that they want to rebuild their population there, especially after seeing Mark. They realize he's the closest thing to a perfect evolution of their kind. This is made me think of Dragon Ball. It's it like the Saiyan where a hybrid can actually become more powerful than a pure blood? We saw it with Gohan back in the day, Even if Goku and Vegeta are the powerhouses now, we'll have to see, if Invincible followed that logic or something like that. Why did Thor see potential in Mark, but threw all the way away like a garbage? We'll find out soon. Episode 7 was a colossal 10 out of 10. Absolutely, for me, was insane. And honestly, hard to think there's only one episode left in the season, And for those complaining about the animation, do you see the frame it just showed you? Exactly. Don't get distracted by the noises, and just enjoy the story. I'm fascinated, and I don't want to see the end, and to see the new season actually. Subscribe for more. I'm Wetex, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye bye, guys.